Coming to the end of our Golutlo strategic timeout. Let's play. Golutlo is over. 3 minutes. Joe Denley, is that going to halt his momentum? 7 4s, 2 6s. Bit wide this time from Mohamed Irfan.
Well, he's played extremely well here. 59 from 40. Just taking the dot balls in red. So you think of the boundaries. Anything short, he is so lethal. Carves you to bits and pieces on both sides of the pitch. Over cover, on the up, but he does fancy the pull stroke in this innings here this afternoon.
He's got this through. That is a delightful stroke from Babar Azam.
Two shot by Irfan and not a lot of pace. Just sort of stood up and he had time to slap this pass, cover and long mid off in the circle, so it's always going to be a boundary. Not a lot of pace in this pitch, so you better pitch it up.
Round the wicket.
Yeah,
actually, I like this. I like it from Irfan, because if he does offer too much width, he's going to get punished, and I quite like this, him coming around the wicket.
Well, the thing about it is he's only got 3 deliveries left. He needs a wicket here. Shoaib Malik, that is almost that one there from Denley. Got rid of Simmons, and that's all. That's the only man out so far for the Kings. And you see Malik desperately wants a breakthrough here.
And it's like a set strategy from Multan Sultans. They bowl Irfan out pretty quickly and it gets those wickets for them. Bit of batting to come for Karachi, but it's always been that strike force, and they don't like him bowling at the end. They sort of finish him by the 14th, 15th over.
Colin Ingram, Ravi Bopara still to come. Plenty of batting in this side, with just 11 overs gone into the 12th here now. Played, very nicely played by Joe Denley. Imran Tahir, the fielder at third man.
Desperate to come back. Denley's on the hunt. He really does want to take as much of the strike as possible. He's going at 146 in terms of a strike rate. Tough gig for the bowlers here. Denley, marvellous half century. And this partnership 62 from just 49.
Got some way to go yet. Full toss. He shouldn't be delivering full tosses. That's going to test Imran Tahir, and he's done well. Bowled. Good Yorker. Very good Yorker.
I think he just said, go on, hit that, pal, if you can. Denley.
It was pretty sharp too. He's got pace, and once he hits that Yorker length, it's going to be really difficult. But this man, he's got 60 out of 85. So Multan want him out.
Two in a row. Past the bat. If you get another dot ball, can he get another dot one? And then all of a sudden that pressure valve gets squeezed a bit more. Here's the ability to slip a quick one in. That Yorker, right? Tasty.
Yeah, so far in this innings, we had Lendl Simmons who struggled. Barber has got 17 of 18. It's only Denley who's really set it alight. Come back for 2, and you think here that just a wicket for Multan. If they get Denley out, the other batsmen have struggled so far. But he's batted so well that Karachi Kings are in a good position to launch.
Oh, that's tough for Sangakkara and tough for the bowler as well.
Joseph Denley getting it everywhere, right round the clock, and 360 degrees. Denley will take him all.
Joe Denley does like pace on the ball, but there's not a lot in it. He attacks. He's by nature an attacking player. Played for England in 2009. Plays for the county of Kent, where for many years the great Asif Iqbal played his cricket. Sure you'd have seen him play over the years, Bazit. HBL box. They might have seen him if there was one on the ground.
Asif Iqbal, yes, saw a lot of videos of him.
Videos?
75, 81.
Shot. Very good shot. Stylish and very effective. Into the 70s now, Denley. 95 for 1. Tahir, and this is a great strike from Baba. It brings up 100 in some style.
Talk about style and power. Comes up as well. Little flight from Imran Tahir, just looped it up, and Babar Azam, easy, straight down the ground. Footwork, set it off.
And the partnership now heads into the 80s. It's 80 from 57. First 6 for Baba. Pollard.
Yeah, Babar Azam get 32 last outing. That was match 19 against Quetta, and then a half century as well before that. So Babar Azam going well. Head and shoulders above everyone else is Babar Azam in terms of some classy batting in PSL 3. As opposed to that wig that's just got to go. There's another ripper. It's going rather swimmingly between these two.
Going along at a run rate of 7.6. And really, there's a 170 on here, 160, 170 still to come as Ingram. He hits it a mile as well. And Tahir can't stop it, that was hit hard.
And if Babar Azam gets going here, he's got himself set, 25 of 21. Likes going downtown to the spinners. It'll just take a little bit of pressure off Denley.
Played. It's just a single off the last ball. 11 from the over, 14 gone, 106 for 1. Now his first 2 overs have cost him 20. What's a good score from here, Buzzard? 6 overs to go, 106 for 1, 9 wickets left.
Well, you need to go at 10s at least. 170 they'd be aiming at, maybe a little more if they can get on a roll, but 170 with the platform they've set.
Could be 2 on here. No is the shout from Joe Denley. Good call too.
Denley's been brilliant against pace and just looking around, fine leg and third man in the circle, so he could use the pace behind the wicket.
Ah, yes. All ages here. PSL 3. Still haven't seen a century made. Batsman personally has not got 100. Has Denley got the opportunity here this afternoon?
Oh, third man is up. Junaid Khan, he's taken a chance with no third man back on the fence.
So difficult for a baseman when fine leg and third man both up in the circle. Just needed a little bat on it and it races away. Use the pace, Babar Azam. He's very adept at doing that.
Junaid's gone for a few now. He's gone for 26 in 2.3. As he does like to bowl the short ball. That's better. I think that's better. If you can get it fuller, at least you're encouraging the batsman to play down the ground. Yeah, hashtag Hoga Saaf Pakistan for a greener, cleaner Pakistan. Facebook, it's on there, Hoga Saaf Pakistan. Go to Facebook, look for a cleaner, greener Pakistan. Oh, that's tough on Junaid Khan. It's an inside edge, bottom edge, and he's being penalised for a delivery that wasn't that bad.
Ah, Joey D on the charge. It's round the wicket. Oh, another night. And the leg pole goes cartwheeling. This time, take 4 and be happy.
Yeah, Danny French cut it to pieces.
11 from this over.
So they got themselves into a really good position, haven't they, Karachi Kings? A little slow in the power play, those first 6 overs. But they've got the current run rate to just over 8, which would see 161. But the position they're in should be 170 to 180 minimum. And the partnership is worth 100. And Denley, he's got 3 T20 hundreds in his career. Can we see the first one in the PSL?
It's just been a very smooth innings. We haven't seen him to muscle the ball. Whenever the delivery has been in his area of strength, he has made use of it. Babar Azam has also been very clever because they needed a partnership. He could have easily lost 2-3 wickets. The first one fell, and so at number 3, Babar Azam has been decent.
It's interesting too, isn't it? We come back to the toss, and I know at the start and the percentage of sides winning the toss and bowling first, wanting to chase, has been high percentage in the history of the HBL PSL. But I feel that it's the odds of winning now have shifted to batting first and setting the pace. As that one will just get over the infield. And Multan, they won the toss and have elected to chase. So I think the trend is swinging, but so that to me was an interesting decision.
Yeah, and we didn't see any reverse swing also. Dry conditions. Like yesterday, for example, Sohail Khan saw it to reverse. Shaheen Afridi got it to tail as well, but today there's hardly been any.
I think the other factor too is that Karachi wants to bat first. That one is helped along. So really, you're playing into the hands of the opposition. Good rivalry too between Mickey Arthur and Tom Moody. They're good mates.
Was a Matt Graham. He's got plenty of left arm fast bowlers to work with. Junaid Khan there, Tanvir, Irfan. Big Tom Moody as well. It was a fine all-rounder for Australia. Look at that slower ball. Just loop up. So Pollard just mixing it up here on this pitch. That's looked pretty good for batting.
Another very good example of how Denley has played in this innings. Nothing preemptive about his batting. Yeah, just rode the extra bounce. It was a nasty one, but I thought he did well. Went very deep in the crease and hit him flush on the glove, I think. Survived it well.
It's worked nicely. Another slower ball. All shaded now. It was hot, 31 degrees when we started. I know you really did appreciate my weather report, Flemmo. Sort of a bit of a natural thing for me to read the weather.
And you've always had aspirations to take that a bit further and have a full-time job as a weather boy back home, potentially on the news. But for now, 4 overs to go. This can be make or break, doesn't it? If there's acceleration here with 9 wickets to hand and they get up to that 170, 180, it's going to be a tough chase. But if they can close it out like you were talking about, Ramiz, work on a bit of reverse swing. It is the first time this pitch has been used, so a little bit of green grass. It might not be banged up as much as last night, but you still think if they shine one side there, it could go. Or the ball can go flying if you don't get your line and length right.
A really good shot, because the intention was to beat the infield. It was a sliced square drive from the right-hander. Babar Azam is batting well, 42 from 31. Now they need his strike rate to improve, and he's working on it now. Strike rate of 135, almost 136. Just staying inside the line of that delivery and whacking it. No reverse yet.
Yeah, Waz not happy with that. Great fast bowler. That one's with width as well. That's full outside off stump with mid-off in play. No one down the ground. Extra cover, and that area he hit prior to that could have gone the same way.
So it looked like it was a tactic, because Wasm was go across, but if you're going to go that wide, it has to be a Yorker or a real foolish delivery, but you need long off out. So I don't think you need backwards square leg, and you force them to hit through the offside, and gee, they've got to play a very good shot to get a boundary then. But we're seeing different tactics to Denley. Third man's coming into the circle point, and there is a long off, so I don't think you can give width here, or he might run it down to third man.
He's got to be straighter now, doesn't he? He's got to get straight at the stumps. He's tried the Yorker. We saw some brilliant Yorkers, didn't we, from Wahab Riaz last night, and it's interesting to note how the percentages for each team work. And yeah, and there we have it. So all these tables that give you an idea of where everyone sits in terms of percentage of Yorkers, and Islamabad United on the back of Riaz, I suppose, 8.5% the most. Then we go down to the bottom two, and that's the Kings, and Multan is the lowest. And that's another boundary. That's just too easy.
And getting lower, because I think that was an attempted Yorker and it was a full toss. So Bluin just not getting it right here. 10 off the over already. And Ramiz Raja, Raja was thinking about what type of delivery he'd like to get with fine leg up. Pretty much that ball.
Yeah, perfect scenario for him. That 1% from Multan Sultans, the Yorker percentage, could have been today where Mohammad Irfan bowled a couple of Yorkers, but nothing full on consistent basis from Multan Sultans. They're lacking the execution part of it.
Also, it's got to be part of your plans. There is some T20 teams that don't like bowling Yorkers because they feel like if you don't get it right, it's too predictable, and if it's a half volley or full delivery, you'll get hit, so they'll bang short of a length and go more with changes of pace.
It's another big over, 11 so far. Oh, he's wrestled that straight round to the man in the deep. It's come from nowhere. Oh, Denley will be so upset with himself because he didn't try to hit it, he just rolled with it, and that's why it was a catch in the end instead of thumping it out of the ground.
It's just tiring a bit as well. Denley, just not a full-blooded pull shot. It's just to help yourself kind of a flake, and didn't realize that the fielder there, Imran Tahir, is still quick. Ends the highest partnership in this year's HBL PSL for any wicket. 118-run partnership. Denley played a fantastic innings. 78, 55, 139 for 2.
As well, but he is a talent and he's a heavy hitter as well. Barber on strike, and down the ground he goes. But he's now got a responsibility to keep going. But for the Kings, if Ingram can start hitting, and he'll take it to the onside, he's got that 6 hitting ability, they will get that 170, 180. So the slowness of that delivery, Flemo, that's probably what deceived him, you think?
Yeah, I think once you start your backswing, it's really hard to adjust your speed, and it was looked a half tracker, but with men out on the boundary on the leg side, the change-up obviously worked, but that was fantastic from Denley today. That's exactly what you need from one of your top order batsmen to go on and get a big score.
I also felt that since they'd got 11 runs in that over, that he was just being a little cautious to not get out and maybe just put it round the corner for a single. 49 now, Babar Azam, so there's responsibility on his shoulders. He needs to now do a Denley show here.
And really, you'd be playing Pollard as if he's almost an off-spinner or slower bowler, isn't he? He bowls with a fast arm speed, but there's nothing behind it.
And that's a 50 to Barber. He's played really well and so well in combination with Denley. And that's his second 50 in the PSL this time round. It's a good strike rate as well.
Yeah, he's an elegant player and very successful at T20 level. His international figures and stats are very impressive. He averages in the 40s in T20, 48 in T20 internationals.
There he goes, that's what he does, and that's 6. And that's the second ball he faces. It was a single, and now maximum.
Was it a seam-up delivery from the bowler? Because he hardly ever bowls it seam-up. No, the off-cutter, and how well was this timed? Good, strong shoulders, and then the wrist work helping him to a 6.
Yeah, he's a strong player, but he loves hitting to the leg side. So whatever you can do, if you can get him to hit to the offside, you know, it's a win because he is just so strong with that bottom hand.
It's just going to get over there, but the height, the elevation, 2 in a row.
150 comes up as a result of that punishing shot. And once again, fantastic timing. Nothing more than a push. Seemed to have half hit it. The off-cutter trying to make him drive to the offside, and he went leg side again.
Just got to go fuller and wider, right outside off stump, because you've got long off and you've got point. He's going to come around the wicket. Surely he's going to try and bowl a yard outside off stump here. Maybe Ingram might move across the crease.
Oh, it's nearly got to that extra cover on the full. They'll come back for 2, and that's a terrific over. The Kings, they're surging with 2 overs to go.
24 lemons. That's 4. That's into the gap. Well, the charge is definitely on. The pace has increased in the last couple of overs.
Yeah, Babar, I think, got Danny Morrison's test batting average in 1 shot. Good shot too. Good execution between cover and mid-off. I really don't like that length though. It gives options for the batsman to pretty much hit it anywhere. But it's been a fine knock. Babar's been threatening this, hasn't he, all through the tournament. Fine young player.
It's been an interesting innings, hasn't it? Just that whole acceleration. They've been able to, after a fairly slow power play, just keep increasing. And it keeps increasing. And they keep getting the deliveries. You've got to put them away. But there's some poor bowling going, you'd have to say.
Once again, good strong drive from Babar Azam. Quick hands through the ball. And he's putting the bad balls away. And he's been able to create that pressure for the opposition. They're not handling this situation intelligently. Just length bowling at no pace at all.
Oh, that's just completely trying to compensate for that outside off. The length gets on that leg stump outside, and it's another 4. It's 13 from the over so far.
Okay, Shoaib's going to have a chat to Below, and he just needs to slow things down now. Take a couple of deep breaths and really focus on this Yorker. So he has gone the Yorker, and the difference can only be a couple of millimetres at release. But this is getting into scary mode now. 13 off the over, 4 balls to go. And I don't think he's executed 1 ball he'd be really happy with.
How's he feeling this one? Not too good. Or maybe he will be. Oh, he's right on the rope. He's right on the rope, and that's going to go down as a 6. It's just too close to the rope, I think.
Well, he's claiming it as a fair catch. And the batsman believes the fielder. He was perilously close to the boundary cushion. They're checking whether it was a clean catch or not. It was a very good catch. Ahmed Shahzad there sliding and not touching the rope. I think he's done a good job here. It's a fine catch.
Well, you can't tell from that angle. You just advertising foam that's on the rope. You couldn't see the other side of it. You need to come from the other side. This will be a little bit better, but I'm not sure that. Do we see it move at all? He's so close to it. It might be a couple of inches in it when he gets control of the body. You just can't tell. We need to be running down the rope high. This might give us an idea. What do you think, Rameez?
I think it's a good catch. It's a fair catch. And you could also make out that it's a fair catch because the ball boy was ecstatic and he gave it out as well.
Well, I'd go to the player because when he settles, he looks down to see whether any part of his body is touching. So I'd simply go out to him and say, were you touching it at all? And he says, no, I wasn't. Then we go with that and we move on.
What's he saying? It's out, and there's the ball boy. And yeah, he's real stickler for the rules, I believe, that young fan. So that's.
So there may have been a wicket in the over, but it's now worth 19 runs with 5 wides and 2 balls to go.
It's the corridor of carnage for Belowan at this stage. Another length ball clears that front leg. Been talking about the bulldozer. He's got a strong bottom hand. You've got to keep away from it. Can he just force him wide to hit through the offside?
That one's gone out to the deep, and it's a better delivery.
So even though that's not perfect, that was a bit of a half volley, but he had to reach for it, so he doesn't generate as much power unless you let it go at his body. That's Babar's arm. He hit the ball quite well, just wasn't quite enough. Shazad taking a really good catch, but just by making him reach Ingram, and you got protection out on the boundary, you just get a single.
Yeah, the ball boy gave it out. He wasn't happy. Ahmed Shahzad was indicating probably to Babar Azam to keep on walking. You're out.
Last ball, and down the ground at pace, but long on will come round. Keep it at 1. So the last 2 balls go for singles. 21 from the over. 1 over remaining. 177 for 3. Here we go. Should be the final 6 balls. And Veer has got the ball in hand. And we'll just notice the length that they bowl. There's so few Yorkers being bowled, and we saw them used to such great effect last night. And it's a low percentage through the PSL for this team. The lowest, in fact. And the Karachi Kings as well prefer to dig it in and bowl a shorter length.
So I think from strategy and planning point of view, they need to involve Irfan in the last part of the power play batting when the power hitting is on. You've got to have someone who has the ability to maybe just push the ball up.
I was talking about before, some teams avoid the Yorker. Valoan was trying to bowl Yorkers, but you see here from Tanvir, he's going with short of a length, change the pace. So he mustn't be comfortable with his Yorker.
Yeah, it's been a nice acceleration throughout these 20 overs for Karachi Kings. Talking to Mickey Arth, a little worried about the lack of momentum in the team's performance. And straight to the man.
So by going short, and they've got backward square leg on the boundary, mid-wicket and long on, he just feels like they're going to have to hit it right in the middle or over their head to leak a boundary or a 6.
I've got no issue with such a pattern, because at least the bowler knows what he's doing, so he can set a field accordingly. And he's very good with his slow deliveries. Apt at choking the scoring rate. So Tanvir.
Ingram wants that leg side.
He goes off, and it's 1 bounce. And he had to go that way, didn't he? Because it was so wide of off stump. So it's not bad bowling. If he opened up maybe a little bit on impact, he could have sliced it. There's no third man. There's no one on the boundary.
So it didn't need to be a perfect Yorker, did it? Even a half volley that's wide, he still just couldn't get enough power with it.
Yeah, because he's so focused, as you know, on that onside play. That's his big shot. Wants to go down the ground, drag it to the onside. So that's the focus when the bowler's running in. So not really thinking through the offside or slicing it over point. That's a really good slow ball, and the keeper misses. Sangakkara unable to whack the stumps. But rightly so, scampering through. So 182, Karachi's highest ever total in PSL. So that's what they're achieving today, and it's been a slow burn initially, wickets in hand, and big acceleration.
Multan Sultan's strength is their bowling, because you've got 3 left armers or different, and all wicket taking options. Oh, what a shot! That's a 6 on a real high. Ingram with a scintillating little cameo.
And Rummies, that's the highest total we've seen, HBL PSL 3. So Karachi Kings worried about lack of momentum. They started so well at the outset of the tournament, but they have put on a record total so far this year, and it's going to take some chasing.
Those people up there wouldn't have been expecting to see a white cricket ball flying up there. Smiles from Ingram. 29 off 8 balls. Sensational stuff.
Knock there by Joe Denley. Joe, congratulations. You're coming at the back of some really good form. 3 centuries in T20 cricket as well. You seem to love this format.
Yeah, enjoying it over the last year or so. Had a bit of a slow start in this PSL. Got a few starts and haven't really gone on. So good to get a score today.
You took that brilliant catch as well. It's probably the catch of the tournament in one of the matches previously, and the second longest 6 in the tournament. So you must be enjoying with the way things are going for you personally.
Yeah, 2020 cricket's about trying to express yourself and trying to perform all the time. And yeah, I'll probably receive more headlines for that catch than my runs. So nice to score some runs today.
What about the conditions today? Were they good for batting?
Yeah, it was pretty nice with the new ball, so I think that would be key for us, is starting with having a good power play, and then hopefully our spin bowlers can tie it up in those middle overs.
We've seen teams struggle against Imran Tahir and some of the spinners. What kind of a plan did you come out with against them?
He's a dangerous bowler, so just trying to look to score off every ball and trying to capitalise on any bad balls, bad deliveries that he's chucked up.
Okay, well done, Joe, and enjoy your PSL.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, he's batted well, hasn't he? And it was the big reason that they were able to get that 188. The strike rate superb, 78 from 55. But Baba was equally as good with his 58 of 39 and nearly hitting a 6 on that ball that was caught well in the deep by Shahzad.
Tanvir, pretty good economy rate. Irfan, excellent, 1 for 21 off his 4, and then it gets a bit ugly there. Junaid went for 31, Tahir 27, Balluin 49 off his 4, picked up a couple of wickets, and Pollard just bowling a couple and going for 12 and over.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff. So there is the equation for Multan. How good are they? We'll find out. They've lost a little bit of momentum as well. And it would be a record run chase, this PSL, if they're to get there. 189 at a run rate of 9.45. Good looking scorecard this for the Kings, particularly from Joe Denley. Denley 78 from 55, and Bubba Azam 58 from 39, and Ingram chipped in with some wonderful striking at the end. Bowling disappeared around the track. Look at that. Junaid, he went for 10 and 0.3. Tahir 9s, and Van Ewan, oh, look at that, 2 for 49 and 4 disappeared, as did Pollard. The asking rate is pretty much 9.5s to get 189 in 20 overs for the Multan Sultans. Just in that little twilight zone here as the sun is starting to set in Dubai, and this wonderful stadium hiding the light now. Specks of it come through. Some have said it looks like a giant mushroom here. Dubai International Cricket Stadium, it's a cracker. Kumar Sangakkara, 40 years young, all left-hander of him. Sensational, silky striker. He's going to be out there with Ahmed Shahzad up against Ahmad Wasim, the skipper. His left arm orthodox, and often a lot of those little sliders and arm balls. Doesn't try to give it a rip or turn. He wants to do you in flight and angle.
Well, we're talking about Sanga having some troubles against left arm orthodox. He got dismissed 2 innings in a row. Let's see how he goes here.
Here's that little zip straight away from Wazzy.
Little swing and little seam from Imad Wasim. He does that well with the new ball. Normally it bowls the first over.
Seeing as says, I've had a sighter, it's time to depart over the onside.
That's such a brilliant shot from Kumar Sangakkara. Troubled by the first delivery, he walked across, changed the angle to make it easier to hit through the leg side. He's virtually picked out that mark between long on and mid wicket and smashed it into the cool side.
Yeah, and they need Sangakkara to play a big innings. It's big ask, 190. We haven't seen anybody chase down 190 in this PSL 3. Big man, I don't think he'll be doing a lot of batting if Multan Sultans have to win.
Some very good striking in terms of maximums from Karachi. 4 of them to Ingram, just 8 balls.
Catch it!
And this is Ahmed Shahzad, who's under the pump here. Who wants it? It's safe, and he'll end up getting a couple for his troubles. Shahzad off the mark. Streaky.
Not letting Ahmad just settle into a line and length here. Proactive from Shihad. He didn't quite get it in the middle of the bat, but geez, Ingram was after that at cover. They're hard catches, those, running back against the ball. Nearly got there, though.
And again, this time he gets it sweet and proper. Drop round the boundary, though, on the other side of it, though.
Good from Shahzad. Didn't get that first one, but never backed off. Yeah, loving this. He's come down the track, no spin on it, so just hit through the line. That's a class shot. Not a class effort at the boundary, though.
Beautiful footwork, and it's just like an extension of his forward defence there, hitting right through the line. Exquisite timing. He gets one a bit shorter now. Whips it around, so good proactive start. 14 off the first over.
Ahmed Amir. Need some fireworks from him, but a pace and spin. And you think about Kumar Sangakkara, he loves pace on the ball. He's been struggling against a bit of spin, though. HBL drone cam as ever, hovering, bringing these gorgeous vistas of either Dubai or Sharjah. Fabulous city, this. Always on the move and mushrooming everywhere. Building never stops. Tasty, pacey.
Alimdar in good catching form today. Cool and cool umpires. Alimdar, Asif Yaqub. And tough ask for the umpires is non-stop, and dandruff dance is non-stop as well.
Oh, yeah, double-minded. And 2 minds where they get that pull out.
Yeah, the bouncer certainly put something in Shahzad's mind. He was premeditating the pull or hook shot. Didn't quite get the length that he wanted.
cricketgateway.com and cricketgateway.pk. Karachi ka jalwa और मुल्तान का हलवा. Love a bit of halwa, don't you, Danny? It's quite sweet as a dessert. Multan is famous for that. Son halwa.
Well, I'm into a bit of Sangers and his sweet timing as well. Not only in Multan, but here in Dubai. Kumar Sangakkara, 40 years young, still going strong. As well as Muhammad Amir. He's a little younger. Be keen to get amongst it, Amir. So's his coach, Mickey Arthur. I'd love him to knock over a couple of wickets here inside the power play. Slippers in. Get that release right. It's quick, it's skiddy. There's light pace on the ball, but he has struggled against the spin of late here in this PSL. Yeah, as a very first baller, and knocked over. These dismissals versus the spinners. Very different kettle of fish up against the pace, though. It's cut into shreds. 1, 2, and 3. And a take on Sunil Narayan downtown. Came second. Caught by Devsic. He's going to keep the strike here as Kumar Sangakkara. 2 done at 16 for none. Well, funnily enough, we're going to have another left arm quick on. There's a few of them just quietly in this HBL PSL. Usman Shinwari. Very busy getting to the crease as ever. Owners, they're in the house and enjoying it.
Have a look at the load up here. He likes running in really, really fast, so you expect the ball to be quick. So he loads up there, back foot, his side on. Seam comes down. Pretty stable. A powerful follow through, particularly when both feet are off the air. You know that he's getting some good forces through the crease.
Also gets over very high, doesn't he, Fleming? Sort of almost past the perpendicular at times, very high. Talking about 12 o'clock or even just past the other side there. There's that heat haze, very warm today. 31, top is starting to cool down. He's a little rock back, that lean back, and then he gathers himself halfway through his run up and really does start to zip on in. Busy fellow.
It's powerful action, isn't it? Really powerful. A lot of forces going through the body there. The follow through is excellent.
Rock back a little bit like Omar Gul.
Nice. Lovely little line and length that.
Ahmed Shahzad has to go some. He hasn't had the greatest of PSL 3. His strike rate has been just 80. So he'll nearly need to ramp that up today. 10 of 8. He needs to carry on, needs to get those boundaries flowing. Chasing 189. They can't afford anyone having a off day with the bat.
You're right, he's got to be a bit more proactive, not to put too much pressure on Sangakkara at the other end, who's had a fine tournament.
Pinch one. Saw that with Denley and Babar Azam. often rotated it and got things moving in terms of the scoreboard and needed to. If you weren't finding the fence, they were rotating it sweetly. A marvellous partnership that really did lay the platform.
Pepsi catch a craw, make some cash if you take a good catch. Wouldn't mind seeing some sixes in this power play.
Sanger says, I've had enough.
Thanks, Kumar.
Gonski all the way for 6. It ends the third. 20